The time has come again. It's Friday Night Wrestling, the Frozen edition. Big Ten Wrestling is presented by Cliff Keen Athletic. Wrestle with the best. We've got you covered with a frigid Friday night triple header, and the Boilers are actually home. They're taking on Michigan State. Hello there, Adam Jackson alongside four-time All-American and Big Ten champ Mike McMullen. Hey, you know when you walked outside today and that cold and that wind just hit you right in the face? That's kind of like being in the gauntlet of the Big Ten schedule right now for these wrestlers. Wow. We just saw something you may not see for a very long time. 125-pounders back-to-back full 2-minute ride-outs. Bowling thrown up there on Jones, and now more tilt. What a second period right here from Gavin Brown. Back points galore for the Boiler. Hail, hail to Old Purdue. A big win for the Boilers, capped off by Brody Bowman. Dominant victory. Big Ten Wrestling is presented by Defense Soap. Defend what you have built. And brought to you by Air Force. Yeah, there we go. Get yourself some food. Settle in. It's a triple header tonight. We got some popcorn. You're not cutting weight anymore. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it?
It does. It feels more like soup weather, though, given how cold it is outside right now.
Well, right now, it's Michigan State that's dictating things, and this is a fun match here. We told you we only have one ranked matchup tonight. That already happened, but Caleb Weand is ranked 31st, and on the other side, Blake Borman, one of the better ones for Purdue.
Yeah, he's really come on this year, but as you mentioned, Caleb, as an NCAA qualifier last year at 125 for the Spartans, up a weight class. He is one of the leaders on this team, and really good job shaking off that early attack by Borman and getting to this front head position, doing a good job controlling the edge. Let's see if he can maybe create some offense of his own off of this. Doesn't look like it. The refs are going to call a stalemate.
And Caleb Weand, the redshirt sophomore from Macomb. He was the NCAA qualifier last year for Michigan State at 125, 13 victories.
Watch the face, gentlemen. Watch the face. Keep him up. Keep him up.
There you see where we're at. It started with a win for Purdue and then 3 straight victories for the Spartans. Well, these two teams have not met since January of 2022, and it was right here in West Lafayette. Michigan State beat a then-ranked Purdue. That one came down to criteria. So the Spartans know about coming here and wrestling well in the state of Indiana.
They do, and you look at those 3 matches outside of the 7-0 score on the last one, but it was an overtime. I mean, these are really tight bouts. It really highlights how evenly matched they were in some of these early weight classes, and the chips just falling in Michigan State's favor, and they've got to be really proud of how they started on this road trip.
And so far, they are spoiling the return home for Purdue. In the meantime, Blake Borman trying to ride the success that he had over the weekend. A big win at Rutgers against top 30 ranked Dylan Shawver. That was a 4-1 victory. He was able to get that in sudden victory. Some tight matches out there on the East Coast on Sunday between the Boilers and the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, and that win against Shawver, I mean, that's the kind of win that gives you a ton of confidence if you're Borman. That's a really strong competitor, great accolades historically, and you need a couple of those to stack in general throughout a career to help you kind of ratchet up your goals and what you're capable of. But to get that in the Big Ten dual season early, it's a great sign of what's to come for Boardman as we get later into the Big Ten slate and closer to the conference and NCAA tournament.
It was interesting talking to both coaches. You could tell they both don't love the transfer portal, but if you're going to go utilize it for Tony Ersland, nice to get a guy that has been at Chattanooga, competed for 4 years. He was a NCAA qualifier, SoCon runner-up. Get that guy with experience and that has had a lot of collegiate success.
Absolutely. It's a guy who knows how to go about the program the right way. He's obviously holding himself to a high standard and being consistent in his performance, and meshing that with the culture that you already have in-house and what you're doing. It's a nice compliment to get a taste of the outside, and I think it's been a really strong ad for this Purdue roster.
A lot of jockeying back and forth, but after 3 minutes, nothing at 133. Again for Purdue, I mean, you're looking at this going, probably still too early to say must-win match, but they really need to kind of enter back into the chat into this duel.
They do, and we had this strong initial attack from Boardman early in that first period, unable to convert, but I agree. I mean, they've got a lot of strength starting at 49 in their lineup, but you have to start to build some momentum, and you can't just put the pressure on those guys, to come back and win the duel for you.
Do you feel that pressure as a wrestler, though, when you see the team score and you're the next guy up going, I need to win this?
I think you feel it a little bit. It's more the momentum swings in duels are real. If you know that you're favored to win a match, but you see your team losing a couple matches in a row, it just kind of subconsciously plays with you a little bit mentally, and maybe doesn't have you your sharpest, your strongest going out. So I think these team performances can impact individual performances in the duel. So getting momentum heading into the break here at match 5, before Coach Ursula addresses the team, I think is really, really important for the Boilermakers.
Well, so far, we are nip and tuck here.
Slight pause, right? Slight pause, and then I'll blow the whistle. Okay, Green, take your spot.
Just trying to get reset. Again, our official tonight. Good communication with the wrestlers out there on the mat, making sure they're aware of what's going on. Another false start.
That's the second one. Next one's a point.
Okay, so that's 2 false starts on Blake Borman. You can hear the official saying, you do that one more time, it's going to be a point on the other side for Wien.
And it's tough to give those up early in the match in the second period. You're going to see a different reaction now from Boardman. I don't think he's going to have as much urgency on bottom, as you see there, because he already gave up 2 of those early start warnings.
Gets to his feet, trying to scurry free, and he does. Great footwork right there. And so Boardman does get the first point of the match.
Yeah, and a really good job also kind of keeping the hands on the guy as he escapes and getting to front head position and trying to work for a leg. Even though he didn't get it, really good chain wrestling and interesting acrobatic defense there from Bowman.
There it is again, just scrambling around. Breaks the hand fight right there.
And you can see from Boardman that urgency to pass the head and get to a leg attack. And that's the sign of a mature wrestler who's built really good habits in the room, thinks about chain wrestling, and one of those could open up for him at some point in this match.
Is that Boardman trying to jump over Wien there on the edge of the mat?
Yeah, I think he was. That's a move I think he probably saw on TikTok that some guys have done before, but it's pretty low conversion from my experience.
You seem like a TikTok guy, right?
I am not a TikTok guy.
Again, we've got good action here. Oh, look at this. Big time mat return, and there's your first 3 of the match.
And a great way to mitigate, a scrambler or defense is to just get your hips underneath you, grab both legs, take him off the mat, and control the descent. And that's exactly what we saw Boardman do there. Really solid textbook, workman-like finish, and aggressive on the edge of the mat with the roll-through hazard tilt. Unable to hold it for back points. But a really nice sequence there from Boardman.
And this is exactly what Purdue was hoping for. Still 2 minutes, 14 seconds to go, but Blake Borman has put them in good position.
Yeah, and this start is really important, and finishing the period on top is huge. If he gives up an escape here, it's a fundamentally different third period.
Wien gets himself up to that base. Not much time, though. Good elevation from Borman, and again, returns him back to the mat. Good second period right there from Blake Borman.
Yeah, it really is, and it was underscored by this amazing takedown, really good chain wrestling, double leg off the mat, controlling the descent, getting the takedown, keeping him flat, getting right into the cross wrist. Coach Ursula loves it, and that's the type of wrestling that he wants to see out of his guys, and he hasn't seen that so far in these first couple matches.
And again, all it takes is one match, and that can re-energize your team. Let's see if Caleb Wien has anything here. Looking for an escape, and then it would be a takedown to even things up if he could get free.
Action here, let's go. I got neither guy right now.
And if you're him, he looks like he's sort of trying to bait Boardman into a stall call or a locked hands or something like that, which I can understand. But to your point, he's down 4. He's got to have some urgency and get this escape quick to give him adequate time to work towards a takedown.
He's coming off having to wrestle the #1 guy at 133, and Lucas Bird, the reigning national champ. He fell 8-1 at the Jennison Fieldhouse last Friday. Just trying to get something going here in the third.
And he's getting this quad pod position a lot. And I think he's thinking reversal and hip through like he tried there, but those reversals are nice, and going for the big home run could work here, but I think Borman's just being really cautious and controlling the hips, and he's got a nice lead, so I think you just got to just get back to basics and get your escape and go for it the old-fashioned way.
Blake Borman, in the meantime, now has driven that riding time up over a minute, and he just continues to hammer down Caleb Wieand on the mat.
Yeah, and mentally, as the bottom guy, seeing that riding time go up over a minute, having a couple of your escape attempts not work, getting broken down flat like he was just there, it just mentally makes it so much more challenging to have that confidence to initiate the comeback.
Shout out 125 and Wordy 133. We're getting some good rides in these smaller matchups. 23 seconds left for Wieand. What's the plan here? How do you get out of this?
I think he had a moment earlier in the third period where he could have just worked for the escape, looked to get the takedown and tie things up, but that time has passed. So now he does have to go for a bigger reversal back point type sequence, but Borman's already felt that coming from him. I think he's going to be smart here and control that near ankle and keep his hips behind. And really strong showing from Borman. Great second period that will lead him to victory.
Boilers needed it. Blake Borman delivered it.